Hello everyone, welcome to this advanced Java course by Life Changes Academy. So in the previous session we have learned about file handling in Java, right? So today's session we are going to learn about multi-threading in Java. Okay, so in the modern application multiple tasks happen at the same time, right? So that concept is similar to the multi-threading concept, okay? So without any delay we will move on to this session and learn about how multi-threading works, okay? So first of all we are going to see what is a thread. So thread is nothing but it's a smallest unit of execution inside a process. Process is nothing but it may contain one or more threads. Okay. So for each thread, it performs a specific task independently. That means all the threads share the same memory, but it will be executed separately. Okay. Real time example is if you are a student means you are listening to the online class, right? So you are taking notes also, downloading the study materials, all these tasks happen simultaneously. Similarly, Java also uses the multiple threads. Some of the app using the multi-threading, that is on YouTube and WhatsApp. Okay, they also plays videos, commands, ads, and then sending and receiving messages. The tasks are happen simultaneously at the same time. Okay, these are the examples. Okay, so now we are going to see another concept, that one is ways to create threads methods. Okay, there are two main ways to create the thread methods. One is an extend thread class, another one is the implement runnable interfaces. In Java there are two main common ways to create threads. Both methods require implementing the run of method because it contains the task executed by the thread. Okay, so I will explain the method 1 and method 2 practically by coding. Okay, so that only you guys or understand who this one is the thread class, this one is the implement class. Okay, you will get that knowledge. Okay, so for that I will ready to code. Okay, so I'm open my code editor. In that I will code here. Okay, so first of all I'm creating a class my thread extends thread. Okay, and then public void run. Okay, in that I will print something like thread is running. Okay, thread is running, and then I'm using a main method here. Within that I'm using t1 is equal to new my thread. Okay, new my thread of. Okay, inside that I'm using the start method. Okay, okay. This one is extending the method one. This one is the first method, that is extending thread class. Okay, this one is method one. See here, my thread is a class name that extends the thread. Thread is the Java's inbuilt method. Okay, we will I'm creating a run method here. The thread is running. Okay, that run method is also inside the thread method. Okay, and I'm using the start of method. Okay, it will executing the thread. Start method just executing the thread. It means it starts the thread. Okay, it starts the thread. Okay, so this is the extending the thread class. We are using the extends keywords, right? We are already using extends keywords in the inheritance concepts, right? So it's similar to that. Okay, extends keywords. So see here, the thread is running. Okay, the thread is successfully running. This is one of the method, and another method is runnable interface. So what does mean by runnable interface? That means I will create one code for that. Okay, you will understand that. Okay, class my task. Here I am using a implements keyword. Okay, here I am using a implements keyword. I'm not using thread. Here I am using a runnable method. Okay, runnable. Inside that I am using public void run. Inside that runnable is running. Runnable is running. Okay, and then I'm using yeah, public static void main method. Inside that main method, I'm creating the my task is equal to new my task. Okay, and then I'm creating a thread t1 is equals new thread of, inside that I'm creating the task. Okay, okay, next I'm going to t1 the start of method to start the execution. Okay, so see how it will be running. It will show that runnable is running. So this is one of the method extending the thread class, and another one is a runnable interfaces. So this is a runnable. Okay, here using the implements keyword as well as here using the extends keyword. Note that one. Okay, so and then here using a run method same, and I am start method you executing the threads. Okay, so inside the main method only you have to start the execution. Okay, that and all you know. So this inside the method you want to what you want to print will be displayed in the methods. Okay, that one will be written inside the run method. Okay, this is how the two methods are working. Okay, so all are said that the runnable interface, this method is most preferable because it supports the multiple inheritance. Okay, so that only this one is very preferable. Also this is one of the most commonly used real world application approach. This approach is very often used in real world applications. Okay, so this is how the two methods are executed. I hope you understand these methods, right? The first method is the extending the thread class, and the method is a runnable interface. Okay, okay, you are using the new task object. Here you are using the new thread object. Okay, whenever you are seeing the new keyword, you will assume that here new object will be created. Okay, so and then now we are going to see another one interesting concept. That one is thread classes in depth. Okay, we are going to see the thread classes. So okay, we are going to see the thread classes. In that, we are having the four main methods in the thread class. One is the start method, sleep method, run method, as well as the join method. Okay. So these are the four necessary methods we are learned today. Okay. So what is the start method means? It will be starts the thread execution. Okay. It will be just to start the thread execution. And then sleep method will be pauses the current execution. That means it will be like a loading spinner. It will be it will be loading, or else it will be taking time to be execute. Okay, and then run method is used to normally run the code. Okay, and then join method is waiting for the other thread to execute. Okay, these are the common four methods: start, sleep, run, join. Okay, I will explain the sleep method later because that also an important method. You already know start method, how it performs, and then run method, and then join method, and sleep method. Okay, so this is how the four methods in thread classes. Okay, so these are the main four methods. Okay, every thread that follows a specific life cycle. Okay, the JVM control movement between these states. Okay, so now we are going to see another one concept. Okay, here the runnable interface, we already see that one, right? This is a preferred approach. Why? Because means it supports multiple inheritance and they have better design as well as it is very reusable one. Okay, so runnable interfaces majorly used in the large real-time applications. Okay, that will you keep it in your mind that. And then next we are going to see thread life cycle. Okay, thread life cycle is nothing but thread passes through different state. Okay, every thread has a follows this life cycle. Okay, See, the first step is used to creating a new object. The plus icon is used to creating a new object, okay? And then runnable. Runnable means the start method is called here, okay? Whenever the start method is called here, the thread is going to execute. The thread is executing here in the running state, okay? And then it will be going to be blocked for some time. That is the waiting stage. Waiting stage, it will be going to block, okay? And then it will be going to terminator. That means it is going to finish as the execution, okay? The first step, we will be creating an object, new object, and here the start method is called, and then immediately the thread will be going to execute and it will be blocked for some time, and then at last it will be going to finish its execution. So this is how the thread life cycle works, okay? So and then now we are going to see another one thread method. That one is a sleep off method. Sleep off method is like it will be temporarily suspense for a current thread, okay, without releasing any locks. That means it will be stops for some time, like a loading screen, okay? So loading screen, and will retry logic as well as the scheduled task. The scheduled task is nothing but it will like a animation delay or something countdown like that, okay? So I will explain the sleep off method briefly by some code logics, okay? So see that one, okay? I'm opening my IDE. This one is a time dot sleep off method, okay? Okay, we will continue this one, okay? So how they to perform the sleep method? First, I'm creating a sleep demo extends thread, okay? Inside that public void run method, inside that I return something like started, and then sleep method, no. So I will make it sleep for some time, 3 seconds. After that, I will print something like it will be resumed, okay? And then I will use inside the try block only I execute, okay? Okay, this is the try block and I'm using the catch block. Inside the catch block, I'm just printing the error, okay? Inside the, you print just the error, okay? And then I'm using the main method here. Inside that, I will creating a the sleep demo, okay? Sleep demo T1 is equals new sleep demo. Inside that, I'm create semicolon is necessary, otherwise it will show an error. Okay, T1 dot start off method. Now see how the sleep off method works here, okay? First, it will print the started quickly, okay? Started, and after 3 seconds, started when after 3 seconds, the resumed will be executed here. So this is how the sleep off method, it will just take some loading time and then it will be printed again, okay? This is how the sleep off method works, okay? Inside the run method, it will try to print this, otherwise it will be giving an execute and catch block, okay? I will in the inside the main method I am executing the start, okay? I will executing the thread, that is the start of method. I will creating a new object also here, okay? This is how the sleep method works, okay? Here the 3 seconds delay, okay? This is how the sleep method will be executes. Okay, next we are going to see another important concept. That one is synchronization. Synchronization, have you heard about synchronization? Synchronization means what? It will executing multiple threads, right? or else two or more thread accessing the same data. Okay, two or more threads accessing the same data which occurs the wrong result. Okay, this is called the race condition. Okay, so to preventing this race condition we will introduce the synchronization. Okay, this one is having one example. That one is the balance. Okay, the balance will be shown as 5000. User A withdraws 3000 and user B withdraws 3000. Okay, so without synchronization both may withdraw successfully, right? So synchronization will be prevent multiple threads. Okay, it will prevent multiple threads, also it modifying the shared resources simultaneously, right? Yes. Okay, this is how the synchronization work. So I will tell you an example with the coding so that only you will get familiar with this concept. Okay, so for that I will open my IDE and I will make a code so that you guys or understand this concept easily. Okay. Okay, so now we are going to see that synchronization. Okay, I'm going to turn some spelling. Synchronization. Okay. Okay. First, I'm creating a class bank. Okay. So I'm showing the balance of amount 5000. So somebody has the amount 5000 as the balance. Synchronized void withdraw of integer amount. Amount should be in a integer data type. Okay. And then how to calculate the balance? Balance is equal to balance minus the whole amount. Okay. That's it. That is how we were calculating the balance, right? And then and print my balance account. How I can print means balance equal to and then plus balance. Okay. And then I'm creating a main method. I'm creating the main method inside the public class. Okay. I'm creating the main method. So condition, right? Not container. If inside the class only the main method will be appear. Okay. So bank B equal to new bank of. Okay. New bank of. And then thread T1 is equals the person 1. Okay. New thread of. Okay. New thread of. Inside that it will be somebody will withdraw. B dot withdraw amount will be 2000. Okay, somebody is withdrawing the amount that is 2000 rupees, and then another thread T2 equal to new thread. Inside that somebody here withdrawing B dot withdraw the amount of 1000. Okay, and then we will start the thread execution here. Okay, T1 dot start, T2 dot start off. Okay, now we will be continuing the execution. Okay, now see how it will be printing. First you all see class bank. Also your balance is 5000. Somebody is withdrawing a 2000 and the user one. This one is a user A. User one. Here is a user 2. User 1 withdraw 2000 rupees, user 2 withdraw 1000 rupees. So we want the balance amount. Okay, so how can we check this one? Means we will run this code and we will get the balance of 3000, balance of 2000. Okay, the total amount minus the balance amount. Okay, see, we will have the 5000 rupees, and then synchronized void. Synchronized is used to making the transfer so easily. That means two or more access using the same data. Okay, so person one is withdrawing the amount of 2000, another person withdrawing the amount of 1000. Okay, so totally the 3000 rupees is lost. It's a lost amount, and the balance is the 2000 rupees. Okay, this is how the synchronization works. Okay, so next we are going to see synchronization. Okay, the race condition, multiple threads write simultaneously means it will not in a, it will in a corrupted form. Okay, inconsistent result. We didn't say this one is a result, it is inconsistent, but we are using a mutual exclusion. One thread at a time means it will have a consistent data. Okay, we will be safely access that synchronized, safely access using synchronized keyword. Synchronized is nothing but it's like a keyword. Okay, so manually you will be executing one thread at a time. Okay, so explain why synchronization is critical in a banking system. So you will search this one and you have to give a valid point. Okay. Okay, guys. I hope you're understanding this concept. So thank you for your patience, your learning, and keep learning and stay coding with Life Changes Academy. So a big thank you for you. Next, I will see you with the JDBC and data connectivity video. See you later. Okay, thank you.